has been my thinking that most likely the Eagles are probably done with any big splashes. But that's not the norm. It seems like a lot of people out there think the Eagles got one big move left. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, I thought Howie Roseman, Howie Vision, we're all just living in it. I kind of think he's probably done with the big splashes. But a lot of people don't think so. And there's been a lot of different ideas and suggestions of different trades that could possibly still happen for the Eagles. We're going to get into a couple hypotheticals thrown out by Bleacher Report in a second. But before we do that, let me say this. I know things have been tough and hard over the last 24 hours. Very depressing. This world is nuts. It's nuts. There's no question about it. And I just hope that you could come here for a good 10, 12 minutes of entertainment and get your mind off of things. So just sit back, chill out, relax, look at Denzel Washington's face, and enjoy your day. Look at this face. This is what you're getting for next 10 to 12 minutes. Can you imagine how lucky my wife is? She gets it for life. Actually, she probably is shaking her head just hearing that, right? But anyways, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for daily NFL content, daily Eagles content. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. You definitely want to subscribe because we're going hardcore, pause, until the season starts, and then even more hardcore. So you don't want to miss it. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. But I appreciate you guys. YouTube acts all gagoots. So I appreciate you guys checking for me. It means a lot. And yeah, I gotta tell you, I thought Howie was most likely done. Like, I still kind of think that. It's hard for me to imagine the Eagles making another gigantic splash. Like, I expect something like they did last week with Jimmy Moreland, somebody like that. Like, I expect little depth moves, but there's a lot of people, a lot of thought out there that the Eagles could still make a couple trades. And there was an article I read on Bleacher Report, and it was talking about some moves that the Eagles still could possibly make. Now, one of them, and I'm going to say right off the bat, was Laviska Shenault for Jalen Reagor. To me, that doesn't excite me as much because my thoughts are nobody wants Reagor. Nobody wants him. And we're kind of so deep at wide receiver. I mean, to me, yeah, of course, getting Shenault would be an upgrade, but that was the least favorite. But the ones that I wanted to talk about, I thought they both were really interesting, and one is, I think, more likely than the other. So I'm just going to jump right into this, okay? I'm just going to jump right into it, okay? The first report I want to talk about, the first trade thrown out there that they thought could be a good idea would be the Eagles trading for running back Kareem Hunt. Now, this is interesting to me because I have said that I thought the Eagles still need to add a running back to this team, okay? You have Boston Scott, you have Professor Kenneth Gainwell. Doesn't that name just sound like Kenneth Gainwell? That doesn't sound like a football player. That sounds like a professor. So I call him Professor, right? So Professor Kenneth Gainwell, and then you have Boston Scott. Those are three guys that you know are going to be on team, but they're all not really big running backs, right? They're all not really short yardage backs. Boston Scott can do well in goal line situations and some short yardage because he's so small, right? But I still think you could add another running back, and this is an interesting idea for me because Kareem Hunt, he's 5'11", 216 pounds. He's still what? 26 years old. He's 26 years old, and last year he had 78 attempts, 386 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he averaged 4.9 yards a carry. Remember, he was a backup last year, and this is what they said in the article about it. They said, checking in with the Browns on a Kareem Hunt deal would be worth investigating. Hunt has been an ideal second running back for 3 years in Cleveland. He averaged 2.8 yards after contact. after contact. Only Rashad Penny, Nick Chubb, and Jonathan Taylor had a higher average. He's not talking about 2.8 yards per carry. He's talking about after contact. This is a style running back I think the Eagles could definitely bring to their team, their roster. It would definitely help this team out because I think they need a bigger back. Now, maybe this Brooks kid they got undrafted free agent, maybe he turns out to be good, but I don't know. I think this is a very interesting idea. Now, some people don't like Kareem Hunt because of the off-the-field stuff. I totally get it, but forget the name as much as the idea. Is there a running back out there like that you can bring to the Eagles who would basically help you or add a different dimension to that running back group? I mean, you could even bring Jordan Howard. I wouldn't mind Jordan Howard. I wouldn't mind Jordan Howard if Jordan Howard actually could stay healthy. The guy gets a stinger that's supposed to be like 1 or 2 weeks, 2 years in a row, and then he's out like 7 weeks. I can't have it. So that was one interesting trade, I thought. The other interesting trade, which, is the third trade that they talked about. Like I said, the Jalen Reagor, Laviska Shenault thing, not really interested in that at this point. I say just cut Reagor or trade him for something else. But the other one, and I think we're all going to like it, is the Eagles trading for Jessie Bates. Now, Jessie Bates to the Eagles makes so much sense that you have people at Bleacher Report, USA Today, all over the place, all talking about what a good idea for the Eagles this would be. Okay, and here's what it said when I read the article. Here's what Bleacher Report said about it. Right, it says, as it happens, there's a pretty talented player who just might be pushing for a trade down the line. Tyler Dragon of USA Today has already reported that Jessie Bates has, quote, no intention of playing on a franchise tag this season. He is not going to play. Bates is just a year removed from an all-pro season with the Bengals in 2020. His production fell off a bit in 2021, but he's still just 25 years old. Still just 25 years old. This makes a lot of sense to me. This is the deal. Out of all these, the three that we're talking about here, the Shenault, Reagor, Kareem Hunt trade, all those trades, this is the one that I think would be the most likely if it were to happen. I think the Eagles trading for Jessie Bates, it just seems like it makes sense. Now, if I could trade, Andre Dillard for Jessie Bates, Andre Dillard, what can you get for him? Maybe what's he worth? Like a second-round pick right now? I think he's got to be at least a second-round pick because he can start at left tackle right away. So maybe you can trade Andre Dillard and like a mid-round pick and get him. Then you sign the kid to an extension right away. Have the extension kick in next year. Listen, we have seen the Eagles manipulate the cap. We have seen what they could do. Think about it. A.J. Brown, he's making what, $5 million against the cap this year? James Bradbury, $2.27 million against the cap this year. The Eagles and Howie Roseman can make it work. So, in my own personal belief, I think the Eagles are kind of done for making a big splash. But there's still a lot of articles, there's still a lot of chatter out there that there's one big move left. We're going to find out. Listen, I hope there is. I really do. I don't see it, but I hope there is, okay? And one other thing I have to talk about is this whole thing with Howie Roseman and Carson Wentz. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this and stuff, but there was some stuff on Twitter, and basically, it was supposed to be a discussion of friends of Carson Wentz. Now, I'm not going to show all the conversation for Twitter because I don't know who these people are. I don't know how true this is, but I know people are talking about it, and it's kind of crazy and whacked out if it is true. I'm just going to throw it out there in terms of, can you see this happening? Do you think this is something that could have really went down? Because I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, okay? But what they basically were saying that was that Carson in that playoff game for Seattle, he gets a concussion, he's wobbly, he goes back to basically goes back into the locker room. He's got a concussion. He's throwing up. And Howie Roseman, man, Howie comes in and he's telling him, you get the F back out there. You get out there and play. And you got Carson's wife is down there and she's crying and she's scared and she's in tears. Carson's throwing up. The training staff is trying to fight and punch Howie Roseman, and it's just a big melee. And then Howie's like, you never wear that jersey again. And then on the night that the Eagles draft Jalen Hurts, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. But it's just ridiculous. Then on the night that they draft Jalen Hurts, Howie sends him a bunch of sends him a smiley face like it's so awesome. I'm sorry, but if Howie sent him a smiley face, he's a badass. Okay, I don't know about the stuff in the locker room, but if he drafted smiley, I'm sorry, I don't know why that cracks me up, but it cracks me the hell up because I could just imagine Carson sitting there, in his little hunting cabin or whatever. It's a picture of a smiley face. That's funny crap. That's funny shit. But yeah, so then Howie sends him a smiley face, basically right after they draft Jalen Hurts, and it's all over. Carson's going to get traded. He's going to get moved. This is what people were talking about today on Twitter. One of the things, and I don't know if I believe it or not, but this is supposed to be like tweets that were shared from a friend of a friend, that somebody that knows Carson Wentz that was talking about, and the whole conversation was what happened from, when Carson got the concussion in Seattle, and then Howie and the fight and went on. We really don't know what happened. We just know that Carson basically was like, I can't be here with Howie. And it was gone. He was gone. So it's kind of crazy, And listen, Howie has had a reputation in the past that people don't like working for him. Now, you just lost Andy Weddle, right, to the Steelers. I think that's just a promotion. You've had a lot of people leave this year, which is odd because, and I'm talking about the front office scouting department, because I don't know why. I guess a lot of them have gotten promotions, but you would think, like, why are all these scouting people and front office people leaving after the Eagles had such a great offseason? And I don't think it's because they don't like Howie. I think it's more to do with promotions and stuff like that. So I don't know. Take what you want out of it. I'll try to see if I can find these tweets anymore. I don't know if they're still up there, and I'll put a link in it. But it was kind of interesting conversation. I don't want to share it because I don't know who these people are. Somebody could just be making this stuff up. I just don't know. So but it's interesting to talk about nonetheless. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. It's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So, a lot of times, I have dreams that come true. A lot of times, I have dreams that are whacked out, but the main part of them come true. Well, guess what? I had another dream last night. Get this. So, it's Christmas Eve. The Eagles are going to play in about an hour. I'm getting ready to live stream the game. I'm making a thumbnail in my dream. Then, after I'm done the thumbnail, I had like a half hour. I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm just closing my eyes. Next thing I know, I fall asleep. I wake up, and the game is over. And I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot to stream. And then I hear a voice saying, don't worry, cuz I got you. And I look, and it's Chris Moltisanti from The Sopranos. And he's like, I streamed for you. You did good, I want half the money, whatever. And then I'm like, well, who won? And he just walked away. I don't know where he went. And so I had to put on the news. I'm waiting for the news. I'm waiting for the highlights to come on. And the highlights come on, and I'm like watching the highlights like I'm watching the game. And the Eagles on Christmas Eve, this is the important part. They beat the Dallas Cowboys 36-13. I don't know how they got to 36. I think they missed extra point. Can't remember. But 36-13 in Dallas on Christmas Eve. They destroyed them. I'm telling you right now, they're going to destroy Dallas on Christmas Eve. Denzel Washington out.